Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Around the world, a wave of massive construction projects is reshaping the future. From California's $130 billion high-speed rail to Saudi Arabia's ambitious Line City, we've been watching these developments for years. But beyond the headlines, other breathtaking mega-projects are quietly transforming our planet. Take China's Xiangan Smart City, for example, a $95 billion investment built from the ground up in just 7 years. Over 3,000 buildings have risen, and the city features digital roads that collect real-time traffic data and calculate optimal emergency routes. These are not just construction projects, they are building the future. China is known for its ancient history and booming economy, but perhaps the most astonishing thing is its incredible speed of construction. While the U.S. high-speed rail faces decades of delay, and Saudi's Line City remains largely on paper, China has turned barren land into a futuristic city at breakneck pace. This $95 billion mega-project didn't just build skyscrapers, it laid down roads that can think. These smart roads calculate the fastest routes for emergency vehicles automatically. And this is only the beginning. China's ongoing mega-projects are redefining the scale of modern infrastructure. So here's the big question. How is China building so fast? And how will these projects shape the global future? Today, we explore China's most mind-blowing mega-projects. Projects that are not only changing cities, but global standards. China has already done what many thought impossible. It's building a $95 billion smart city on the flat plains of Hebei, and doing it at breathtaking speed. This is Xiangan New Area, a second capital hub designed to relieve Beijing of its non-core functions. Spanning over 2,000 square kilometers, the city is planned as a high-tech, green, intelligent, and livable urban space. Unlike traditional cities, Xiangan was designed from scratch, both above and below ground. Underground, there's a complete transportation and utility system. Above ground, the city emphasizes nature and open green spaces. The infrastructure blends subways, high-speed rail, water systems, power grids, and 5G networks, all into one ecosystem. It's thinking roads, powered by 5G and IoT sensors, monitor traffic in real time, adjust signals dynamically, and can even calculate optimal emergency routes. Imagine a fire truck getting all green lights to reach the scene in record time. This difference may define the race for the future. Next, let's shift our focus to a completed mega-project in China. Not just a transportation hub, but what many call the largest high-speed railway station in Asia, Jiangnan Station. This is not just a train station. This is a 60,000-ton steel masterpiece. A mega-project where high-speed rail meets futuristic architecture, built not just to transport people, but to showcase the future of infrastructure. Construction began in December 2018, completed by December 2020. In just 2 years, China completed what the world thought was impossible. Incredible engineering doesn't stop at just building cities. It also extends to the movement of water on a national scale. While southern China has abundant water, the north faces chronic shortages. To solve this imbalance, China launched the most ambitious water transfer project in human history. The South to North Water Diversion Project involves a staggering $120 billion investment. This project spans over 14,000 kilometers, equivalent to building a waterway from Beijing to Egypt. The central route alone crosses the Yellow River and the rugged Taihang Mountains, posing extreme engineering challenges. Hundreds of pumping stations, reservoirs, and tunnels had to be built. To protect the water source, nearly 400,000 people were relocated. Today, over 10 billion cubic meters of water flow northward each year. This brings vital supply to Beijing, Tianjin, and beyond. This is not just an engineering feat, it's a national lifeline. The South to North Water Diversion Project is the world's largest inter-basin water diversion project. It has the world's largest aqueduct system, transporting water from up high, The longest of them reaches 9 kilometers in one stretch. This design ensures it is not affected by the surface environment. It employs the world's largest pump station group. Designed in 13 cascades, the pump stations lift water stepwise. They send water from Yangzhou all the way to the southern bank of the Yellow River. Numerous water interchanges, high and low, are built. Some cross the Yellow River beneath its riverbed, while others stride above the Kwai River. Major rivers that are vastly apart now meet with each other, thanks to the automated facilities that equip the entire route. This grand project navigates through 8 provinces and major river basins, diverting water over 2,000 kilometers cumulatively in an orderly manner. 9 years into its full operation, water sufficient to fill the entire Yellow River has been diverted to North China. This means that 170 million people in 44 cities now use water from the Yangtze River. Today, empowered by modern technologies, China is reshaping rivers like never before. They even create new rivers on this very ancient land. Beyond water, China is now tackling some of the harshest terrain on Earth. This includes the construction of the Sichuan-Tibet Railway, a mega-project across glaciers, earthquake zones, and towering mountains. This 959-kilometer railway links Chengdu and Sichuan to Lhasa in Tibet. It crosses 14 active fault lines and numerous snow-covered peaks. Engineers face extreme altitudes, frigid temperatures, avalanches, landslides, and earthquakes all in one project. Some sections exceed 4,000 meters above sea level. Building a single tunnel can take 5 years or more, but once complete, this railway will cut travel time from 36 hours to just under 13. It's more than a transportation line. It's a symbol of China's determination to push the limits of engineering. And the world is watching as this miracle unfolds. So why can China build these colossal projects in just decades? While many Western countries spend years debating a single subway line, the answer is multifaceted. China's strengths may lie in policy execution, integrated supply chains, and a bold vision for infrastructure. Unlike other nations, China doesn't wait for every problem to be solved before taking action. Instead, it starts and addresses challenges along the way. In China, infrastructure is not merely an economic tool, it's a national strategy. Each rail line, tunnel, and bridge symbolizes a vision for the future. However, these projects do face challenges including environmental concerns, resettlement, and social equity. But one thing stands out clearly. China is redefining what is possible through action. In the future, global competition may extend beyond technology. It may be about who builds faster, smarter, and with greater resolve. For decades, China's infrastructure development has been astonishing. These structures link regions once separated by nature. They have transformed not just travel, but the very geography of the nation. From Chinese roads to bridges, colossal tunnels and massive dams, from high-speed rail cities to vast underground networks, China's engineers break world records. One project after another, these national icons power the nation's economy with unstoppable force. The world remains unchanged, yet China is no longer the China of the past. Where mountains exist, roads are carved. Where rivers flow, bridges rise. With courage and purpose, Chinese engineers turn the impossible into reality time and time again. At this point, many American viewers might wonder, is China already a developed country? If so, why does the US government still refuse to officially recognize it as such? Why do Western media outlets constantly amplify the China threat narrative? And why do global research reports often rank China as #1 in numerous fields? The answer is simple. China has become powerful, and it did so with astonishing speed. Once considered an agricultural backwater, it is now emerging as a global industrial powerhouse. This transformation occurred in just a few decades. To the world, this is not merely growth, it's a shockwave. As China grows stronger, the United States is beginning to panic. I am stunned by the rhetoric surrounding a bill that acknowledges a stiff competition with China. For the longest time, America was unaware of this competition. China has been competing vigorously, even dumping steel in our markets. They invest 7 to 9% of their GDP in infrastructure each year. They've militarized islands in the South China Sea, despite previous assurances. They have bases in Africa and long-term contracts for raw materials, solidifying control over resources. This plan is not complicated, but it is viewed through the lens of our current political climate. We need to recognize that China is winning. They have a 10-year, 50-year, and even a 100-year plan. Meanwhile, we live in a 24-hour news cycle, distracted by trivial topics like Dr. Seuss and SpongeBob. While we're preoccupied, China is making monumental progress. Their rise is one of the most dramatic transformations since World War II. They've carved roads through mountains and built bridges across rivers, showcasing incredible engineering. In this relentless pursuit of progress, China earned the nickname infrastructure maniac. They demolished a bridge in just 25 hours and upgraded a major train station overnight. The speed of Chinese infrastructure builds is unmatched and, at times, nearly unbelievable. However, there's more to it than just speed. Their engineering marvels have even made headlines in the UK. A popular TV show sparked heated debates about these projects while roasting their own railway system. I noticed that they built a whole new station in just 9 hours by flooding it with thousands of workers. We should be more imaginative about getting infrastructure built quickly, instead of isolating people in remote areas. Mel and I shared a taxi, and I noticed how much better the roads looked compared to where we lived in England. I was glad to see the roads were much better than in Buckinghamshire, where complaints are common. The reality is our road repairs have been very poor and are only getting worse. Austerity measures have restricted spending on many necessary projects. However, if we cannot borrow, we are limited in what we can achieve. China now boasts over 143,000 kilometers of expressways and 30,000 kilometers of high-speed rail, both world records. This network connects remote villages to booming cities, creating a vast and seamless transportation web. To achieve this, China had to overcome extreme terrain, geological complexity, and ecological challenges. They succeeded time and again, exemplified by the Hong Kong-Macau Bridge. At 55 kilometers, it's the longest sea-crossing bridge on the planet. Engineers refer to it as the Mount Everest of bridge building. China completed it under tight constraints and with unmatched precision. This achievement isn't just about speed, it reflects engineering power. Behind the nickname infrastructure maniac lies decades of scientific innovation and bold planning. This reflects a willingness to execute at scale, transforming visions into reality. Each bridge, tunnel, and highway is more than concrete. It symbolizes progress. This progress is designed to serve the people, carrying their hopes for a better life. On this ever-advancing journey, China's infrastructure fanatics will keep pushing forward. They are driving the great vessel of China steadily through the waves of the future. Thank you for watching. Do you want to know what China's next move will be? Curious about megaprojects? Subscribe to our channel to learn more. Join us in our next video to discover what makes them so unique